Hi everybody, Hal Weeks for Stalking the Wild Autoharp. That was Hewlett by O'Carolan. I wanted to talk to you about, I'm excited because this is the last video in my list that I need to make here at the beginning of the year. This one is things you may or may not need to deal with when you start playing Autoharp. So this is a beginner Autoharp video, and it's going to be a talkie. I'm going to talk about things that may or may not come up for you that you're going to want to know about maybe in advance. So the first category is knowing your music knowledge or lack thereof. People who start Autoharp, but it's a second or third instrument, they already have a lot of music background. Their body is used to channeling music through it. And so they understand things about rhythm and beat, and they can feel that, and they know what's going on there. They know the mechanics of it and how it is. There's some fractions to it, and fractions of a beat, and rhythms, and maybe they know scales, they know about notes, they can see a piano keyboard in their mind, for example. They know where C is, they know where D is, they know where E is. All that stuff rushes in on you, and it means that you're not a beginner. It means that you've got some background, and it's going to be that much faster because you're not learning music, you're learning the Autoharp. But if you are new to both, then you got to be extra patient with yourself because you're taking a double course load, and you've got to learn some things about music and things about your Autoharp and the mechanics of it and everything like that. People who already have the music, they might be learning how to do strums. Maybe they've played flute or something, but they haven't dealt with strumming chords or playing melody or thinking about chords, things like this. So there are these two categories of people, and variations within that. So be aware of where you're at, and be understanding that you might have to be more patient with yourself while you learn the music part of it. Okay, so the next thing is mechanics, the mechanical, the physical things that you're going to have to learn how to deal with. Specifically, your instrument, the Autoharp itself, and the various kinds of Autoharps, and the brands, and maybe what you've been gifted with, or what you have found in the attic, or and things that you're going to come up against in addressing that and getting that instrument ready to go, whether you need new strings or new felts or not, and things like rearranging your chord bars to make them more helpful. And then there's the actual mechanics of, this thing is a little bit harder to play than I expected because it's pushing back against my hands, and I'm getting muscle aches, and so there's posture issues and issues, physical issues with that, and where you're going to be seated, and what other things do you need? You're going to have to learn how to tune it. The Autoharp doesn't tune itself, and you can't really take it to somebody to have it tuned very easily. And unlike piano, where there are piano tuners, a lot of times we grew up in the day when there were piano tuners who'd come by the house, and so we expect, I'm going to have to find me an Autoharp tuner to come by the house and tune my Autoharp, or I'm going to have to take it to them. It's like, no, you're expected to tune it. And it's only going to take you about 3 minutes once you learn. And so you got to do the work if you want to play. And part of that is learning how to tune. And don't pass it off on your hubby or on your sweetie. learn to do it yourself, because it's part of being an Autoharp player, and it's actually kind of fun and immersive, and it kind of quiets you while you play. So I've got a list here that I'm looking for. Learning to tune. Oh, and you're going to need an electronic tuner of some kind or another. I was just looking at, I've got this little snark right here. These cost about, well, these days they're about $27. And they clip onto your harp and they light up. This one needs a new battery in it. But they make tuning really accurate, really fast, and really easy. So get yourself a tuner. You're going to need tuning wrenches, or a tuning wrench that fits your harp, and stuff like that. And you're going to have to deal with, if you have a used Autoharp, are all its felts there, and are they holding on for dear life, or are they dropping off because of one reason or another? Age, or maybe you're camped near the ocean and the salt air has gotten to the adhesive and felts are dropping off, and you've got to get a refelt, which makes it all that much more investment and time, and hassle. And it's like, you mean I got to learn how to refelt it before I play it? It's like, maybe not, but it's just a matter of getting into one that is ready for you to play, and that's what we specialize in at Daigle Autoharps. If you can go that way, we have both our beautiful custom-made, ready-to-play Autoharps in all different kinds of configurations, and we also take used Oscar Schmidts and we refurbish them and do all the restring, the refelt, and get it into top-notch playing condition for you. So there's that that we do. There's also new Autoharps. You're going to need to know about that. The new Autoharps, ours, sure. The Daigle Autoharps, Autoharp.com. But if you buy a new Oscar Schmidt, there's problems, folks. There's problems with new Oscar Schmidts. I hate to say it, but it's true, and I'm not the only one who says it. Get into an Autoharp group on Facebook. Ask around. You're going to find out that there's nightmares associated with the new ones because the tuning wrenches, see, this is tied in with the tuning wrench issue, they don't fit right, or the pins are loose, etc., etc., etc. And so we kind of steer people towards the vintage ones, either pre-fixed up, fix them up yourself, So all of that. And I've got other videos about things to be aware of before purchasing an Autoharp, just to let you know. The layout issues, how the buttons are arranged. You won't have to deal with this right away, although you can. There's other videos about that too, and other information out there. That's something that's going to come up as you get a little bit more comfortable with playing and you find out, oh, there's other ways that this can be arranged that make it a little bit easier to play. Again, we're still on the physical things. Picks for your fingers that help you to, not everybody can play with their fingernails like I can. Depends on the strength of your fingernails and the kinds of sounds you want to make. There's picks out there that you can wear on your fingers. I always wear a thumb pick. So there's thumb picks, but there's also ones that go on your fingers, and they can help keep your fingers nice and not rub them raw through playing. Then, the third thing that can come up, first one was your previous knowledge. The second one is the mechanical stuff, the physical stuff of playing, also your posture, and how to use your body right and how to balance it and how to jack up the harp and get it balanced in posture. I've done videos about all this stuff on Stalking the Wild Autoharp. Then there's actually playing the thing, learning how to strum it, how to finger pick it, how to do the techniques, how to play melodies. That's maybe further out, doesn't have to be, but learning how to play melodies, how to play chords, how to strum along and sing and get better and better and better. That's the actual playing of the thing. So there's your background music knowledge. There is the physical things about your body and about the instrument that you're going to have to deal with. And then there is the actual kinetic playing of the thing and streaming music through it. And that's when it gets really fun. And you've got to be patient with yourself, even if you have previous musical knowledge, because there's some things that are kind of different about the Autoharp. The Autoharp, all the melody notes come from chords, which is different than the piano or the flute, where you play those melody notes one at a time, basically climbing up and going down, while maybe you're doing the chords with the other hand. That's the way it works for beginners, at least. And so you don't necessarily see how the two are connected. But in Autoharp land, all the melody comes out of chords, and you get better and better and better at isolating the melody notes and differentiating in your sound. This is accompaniment, this is melody, and learning how to do those two things simultaneously so they interact as a whole unified experience. So that's it. Those are things that you might have to deal with when you're first starting the Autoharp. And I want to thank you for watching Stalking the Wild Autoharp. If you want to give a little bit back, you can go to my Patreon, patreon.com/Hal Weeks. All that's in the program notes to this video. There's a link there, and you can kick in, $1 or $2 or $5, or some people even give $10 a month. Wow. Thank you, patrons, for helping me out, because you're helping me pay my bills, and who doesn't need that these days? So thanks for watching Stalking the Wild Autoharp. I'm Hal Weeks. Glad to know you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Stalking the Wild Autoharp. Bye-bye.